Hey, my name is Anthony Trucks, former NFL athlete, American Ninja Warrior, NBC, and founder of the Shift Method. As a speaker, coach, and author, I go out into the world and teach people how to make shift happen. And this week on the Jesse T episode, I'm bringing some good to your ears.
Anthony Trucks, what is going on, my brother?
Nothing much, man. I'm ready to rock. I got my green tea. I got me. I got my tea. I'm trying to think of more things that rhyme with
Jesse
that.
T.
Yeah, Jesse T. Oh, what? Look at you. Just get
go.
it. I like it. Hell yeah.
Wordsmith, man. I used to be a little bit of a poet growing up when I was younger.
I didn't. I mean, that was I didn't get any basketball or rap skills as a black man. So sorry.
But you ended up playing sports at one of the highest levels.
I did. I did. I guess I did have some athleticism floating around in the background there.
Well, brother, I'm excited to have you on. We were introduced by the great and mighty and powerful Jordan Mendoza, a friend of mine, a client, someone I do business with in a few different ways. And I love surrounding myself by good people. So I said, who do you know that's an amazing person? And he immediately started talking about you. And here we are. So tell us a little bit about you, your story, who you are, your journey.
I'm a weird dude, man. Here's the thing. I'll give it to you this way. I am a regular guy. I just took my kids to school. I got a wife who nags me for stuff that doesn't make sense half the time, but I love her to death. I'm not one of those guys like old ball and chain. Like my wife is dope as hell, and I love her and everything about what she does. But I am as much as I'm a regular guy, I got a really irregular desire to be great and to serve the world, to do great things for people. So I'm not this person trying to be on a pedestal ever. But I'm also the guy that's trying to hide my gift, if that makes sense. And so in this space, man, what I do is I grew up in a really crazy environment. Identity has always been this weird thing I've battled, which we all have. It's kind of like this hidden thing within us. And so, man, I was given away at 3 years old in a foster care, grew up in a crazy system, adopted by an all-white family after 11 years in the system, which is statistically 75% of inmates in any prison in America are former foster kids. So I'm not supposed to be, doing a whole lot of stuff in my life. Less than 1% of us graduate college. Half the homeless population is comprised of us. And so I beat some odds, man, and I got a chance to get a college football scholarship to go play football at Oregon after not even playing till I was 14. My mom was diagnosed with MS, like a lot of crazy, man. But then I got a chance to play at Oregon, had a son my sophomore year. I don't recommend that. My high school sweetheart and I, we had gone to college at Oregon and she came up there and we had a kid, met my real dad at the age of 20, like maybe a few months after my son was born. And got through it all. A lot of ups and downs, man. Almost like, I tore my shoulder, had a lot of weird things happen, but got a blessed opportunity to play in the NFL. Played in the NFL, got hurt in my third year because NFL stands for not for long, man, because you're in and you get hurt and you're out. And next thing I know, like I'm looking at this life of not knowing who I am. I've gone through so many shifts already, and now I had a major one. Who am I without this thing? So whether you've played sports and left sports, military, left the military, lost a job, lost a relationship, lost a loved one, sent a kid off to college, when life changes in an area you've been like given a lot, you change. And it's hard to navigate those waters. And so I went to a fog. I gave too much energy to the wrong areas. My marriage fell apart. At one point, I didn't want to be here. I had 3 kids. Now we had twins. And so I wasn't even a present dad. Just the business sucked. Everything was going downhill. And I kind of survived for a couple of years. And my mom, she lost her 17-year-old battle with MS in 2014. And like, it put me on this trajectory of trying to figure out, like, what do I do with this thing that she gave me, which is life, like an opportunity. She didn't birth me, but she gave me the opportunity to not beat those odds, right? To not be a statistic. And so I started trying to figure out, like, how do I do this thing right? And I made 2 promises. One was I'm going to get it right. And 2, when I do, I'm going to do it for the people somehow. At the time I owned a gym, because when I left the NFL, I'd come home and open a gym, navigating this whole thing. And it took 2 more years, dude, 2 more years to finally come out of the fog. And I woke up and I was like, this can't be my life. I got to figure this out. And I went through this really weird stretch of just immense growth and what I call my identity shift, like the biggest one, intentionally. Like I knew who I wanted to be to an extent. I started charting that guy, planning the guy. What does it look like? And I came with a process that allowed me to come out of those funky places and build the business, get my marriage back after 3 years divorce. I'm a present father. I'm in good shape. I take trips and I get to explore this cool world. So I made good on my personal promise, 1, to get my life back on track. And then I was introduced to this world. And I created this process called the Shift Method to then now do what the second promise was, which is to give back to the world. So everything I do is wrapped around either the main priority, which is my family. Before I came out here, I was hanging my wife in bed, just giving her a hug, holding her, because that for me is like, that's what matters. And I can't wait till the end of the day to sit with the kids, right? But at the same time, when I step into this space right here, I'm not here for me. I'm here for the person listening to me going, okay, cool story, bro. But how can it help me? Right. So this is wherever you want to go with it, man, that my time spent is not for me to like, look at me, I'm cool. Like, I don't need that. Like, I just need to know that I'm making good on promise too for my mom.